Welcome to day 4 of our study of the book of 2 Samuel. Now, when David recovered from that sin of his, now it was followed by another difficult situation, another challenge to his kingship. So what happened is that this son, Absalom, murdered Amnon. And when he killed his brother, David's son, he fled. Eventually, he was convinced to come back to Jerusalem. And David was happy when he returned. Imagine your son who killed your other son and left. Now, David grieved for the loss of 2 sons. Now, when this son comes back, even though he sinned, you're happy to see him. That's what happened to David. He's happy to see Absalom. The bad part is, when Absalom returned, he planned a conspiracy against King David. And he became successful with this, that David had to flee Jerusalem. Absalom did something to poison the hearts of people against David. So David, the celebrated warrior, the celebrated king, suddenly Absalom was able to turn their hearts against David. So I'm reading from 2 Samuel chapter 15 verse 13. And the messenger came to David saying, "The hearts of the men of Israel have gone after Absalom." Then David said to all his servants who were with him at Jerusalem, "Arise and let us flee, or else there will be no escape for us from Absalom. Go quickly, lest he overtake us quickly and bring down ruin on us and strike the city with the edge of the sword." David knows, during this time, the norm is, if you're going to have a coup d'etat, you have to kill the current leader, the king, and everyone loyal to him. So David gathered around all the people loyal to him, and he said, "Let's go, let's escape, let's leave the city of Jerusalem, lest he'll overtake us and he'll kill us, all of us." So they left. So Absalom became king. Absalom tried to chase David in the same way that Saul chased David. So it's like a repeat of the things that happened in 1 Samuel. David now, even though as a king, David is on the run again. This time, it's worse. It's more painful because his own son is chasing him, trying to kill him. The major difference is Saul was a mighty warrior. Absalom is not. Absalom died in the battlefield. Not even during war, not even during the battle, not even in the heat of the battle. You just read it for yourself. He died in a bit of a foolish way. And his death did not give happiness to David. So when David learned of his son's Absalom's death, he grieved in the same way that he grieved for Saul and for Jonathan. In fact, I would say that his grief here is worse. I will read from 2 Samuel chapter 18. "And behold, the Cushite came, and the Cushite said, 'Good news for my lord the king, for the Lord has delivered you this day from the hand of all who rose up against you.' The king said to the Cushite, 'Is it well with the young man Absalom?' And the Cushite answered, 'May the enemies of my lord the king and all who rise up against you for evil be like that young man.' And the king was deeply moved, and went up to the chamber over the gate and wept. And as he went, he said, 'Oh, my son Absalom, my son Absalom, would I had died instead of you, O Absalom, my son, my son.'" David grieved so much for his son. Why? Why is David grieving for his son who chased him, who staged a coup d'etat, and now that son is dead, now he's grieving for him? Why? After all those bad things? Here's the principle, because true success is not simply being on top, but bringing others to the top. It's true, David may have failed as a parent. David may have had mistakes. But in his kingdom, during his kingship, he wants to bring others with him to the top. Not to step on them, not to keep them low, but to bring them to the top. So for him, he'd rather that he'll live or he'll die rather than, remember when we said that David is all about service and protection? Despite this, he wants to protect his son Absalom. So he knows that true success is not just him staying there as a king, but it's him enjoying a good kingdom with Him as the King. In our lives, may it not be that we try to seek success on our own. So what good is it if you're at the top of the class? What good is it if you're at the top of your work, you're number one in all, but you lost all your friends. You lost the people, you lost your family. That's not true success. True success is being there and bringing others with you.